Sue and Johnny will be following it. So we get to the Mad Thinker's lab. Awesome Android has taken Reed there, with Johnny and Sue right behind them. We kind of see Ben locked up, and it looks like the Mad Thinker has done some experiments on him. You know, he's hooked up to a tube, he's at the IV. Maybe we see him trying to take samples, but it not working because he's a giant rock thing. So then he turns to Reed, finally seeing him there at the front door, and him saying, "Oh, thank God, Mr. Fantastic has arrived." And then Reed makes his demands, and then Mad Thinker sticks the android on him. Now I know, I think that could be a good battle. I don't think it'll be long, but when the android defeats Reed, we see Sue and Johnny bust in. Sue puts a shield over Reed, and then Johnny burns the stuff, the chains or bounding up Ben, and then going and grabbing him. Looks like they're about to escape, but then the android puts his hand down, and it's significantly bigger. And what you don't know is that he can adapt to any situation. Well, then we see a long drawn-out battle between Johnny and the Adaptoid. And it looks like Johnny may be about to win. Then we finally see Reed wake up. Johnny gets, fist to the gut. And it looks like he's out of it. His flame slowly starts to go out. And then Reed, seeing the Mad Thinker with his control, because I think that'd be kind of okay. And, you know what, no controls, but we see Reed kind of trying to figure out stuff in his head. So like, okay, this goes to this goes to this. He's trying to figure out what will make the android tick and an easy way to shut him down. So he uses his stretchy powers to bound up the android. Then Sue, it looks like we see the Mad Thinker trying to run. Sue puts a dome over him. And then we see Reed open up some kind of panel on the Adaptoid. I mean, awesome. Andy Awesome? Awesome Android. I'm sorry, I'm not so good with old school comic book villains. Sorry. Just trying to think on the run here a little bit. Then we see Johnny finally wake up. He goes hot again. Shoots a little fire into the little hatch that Reed opened. And it melts a little circuitry. Android shuts down. Then we see the Mad Thinker. Looks like he's trying to escape, even though he's under Sue's thing. I'd say he's got a matter displacer or something. I don't know. Looks like he's about to get away. And then Reed winds up, stretchy punched him in the face. And that could be it for now. I think we could add some good character moments. We could, of course, Now with Reed, I think through the course of seeing his family in danger, and of course him not really focusing on powers, training himself like the other Fantastic Four did, he may be a little weaker than the rest, or at least a little less experienced with their abilities. So, end of the movie, we finally see a revelation for Reed. It may not be a perfect situation, but it's a situation I can work with. So then we see him not really destroy the machine that'll redo the experiments, but we see him put a tarp over it and kind of send it into a warehouse somewhere. Oh, and another thing is, I think we need at least one Herbie in this one. If you don't know who that is, that's from the old school Fantastic Four cartoons that didn't have Johnny because he was seen as a little more violent, or like some parents didn't want to see their kids try to emulate him. So, I would like to see at least one Herbie. I think that would be cool. And, yeah, end of the movie, we finally see Reed trying to accept his situation. And then that's the end of the main movie. At least one of the end credit scenes, we see a dark castle. We are zooming in on it. We're inside. We see two henchmen, and they're looking at a wall of screens. Well, then one goes to the other and says, "Hey, you tell him. No, you tell him. So they do Rochambeau, rock, paper, scissors. And, guy loses. But then he pulls a gun on the other guy, so the other guy is going to go because he doesn't want to get shot. He has this little tablet. He brings it to this big open room. And then the minion says, "Sir," because he's terrified, "I have something to show you." And he shows the news release of the Fantastic Four coming back. And we see, boom, big metal fist hit the throne. He stands up. We only see the slits for the eyes. And then all we hear, we zoom out from that scene to the outside of the castle. All we hear is, "Reed!" and a big, massive yell. So, there we go. That's how I would do a Fantastic Four movie if it were to come back to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I thank you very much for listening, and hope to see you in the movies.